Alright, we're live.
Hello. To whom it may concern.
Well, it's official, we've been on YouTube for over a year now.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think it was the 13th.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yep. Crazy.
Don't sound too excited.
Crazy where time goes.
Yeah.
It's actually gone really fast.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yep.
So, what's on the agenda for today?
The Walking Dead, I guess. That's what you guys are talking about.
Well, yeah,
So far.
it's The Walking
We have to
Dead.
keep stopping ourselves because we keep talking about it when we're not broadcasting.
We've talked about a lot of interesting things.
The most intellectual conversations we have is whenever we're not broadcasting.
Yeah.
That's just what we do. We do it all the time.
Not done on purpose. We just get, carried away with ourselves.
It just shows you how good the early seasons were of The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Thought-provoking. Emotional.
You care about the characters.
And then the decline. All shows that go on for ages suffer from decline. Just natural.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when a show drags on too long. It ends up getting, I don't know, worse than what it was. But I think the first 4 seasons are really good.
First 4 seasons are, really, really good. But, it just starts to go downhill, basically.
Yeah, it does go down early. Because I'm not going to talk about the ones you haven't seen, but I know how bad the show can really get.
I know. Oh, don't worry, I know a lot of what happens. I know Clem dies, I know Abraham dies, I know a lot of what goes on. But I don't know them. But I know who the Whisperers are, I know who Jesus is, I know how Jesus dies. So on and so forth.
Oops.
What?
I accidentally saved over top of the file I didn't want to save over top of.
Oh, shit.
Well, that's not good.
Fine. Yeah, it's alright, I'll be fine. It's just I can't go back if something bad happens.
Yeah, I know basics, I know alpha and beta and all that crap.
Yeah. Well, it's cool how, Alfred was a famous guy, but you never actually see his face. But apparently he's a famous singer.
You mean beta?
Well, oh yeah. Is he,
Alpha's the...
Yeah, Alpha's the stupid bitch. Yeah, Alpha's the main woman. Yeah.
Yeah, the main. She gets her head on a pike or something, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
The what?
Uh-oh.
You don't know who does it, though. I do.
Sorry, once. Yeah, the virus. Um, the virus in The Walking Dead. It was started by like the biomedicine DDMI, which is like a French company, and obviously, and something. Obviously, if that's the case, obviously something went very, very wrong because it's like I Am Legend. They tried creating a cure for cancer by reverse engineering the measles virus, which is a very obviously it turns out to be a very fucking bad idea because they end up nearly wiping out mankind.
Yeah, that's realistic though, because there is people working on shit like that right now.
Yeah, the wildfire virus it spread all. By the time the CDC and WHO realized what was going on, it spread out all across the world. Majority of the planet was infected with this virus that, it's a latent virus that sits inside you. It infiltrates your bloodstream and your nervous system. It sits inside you until your body functions cease, but only if the brain is intact. Anyone who dies with an intact brain will resurrect as a zombie.
And anyone will come back.
Because
I mean,
it's in our blood.
as long as you don't get shot in the head, you're coming back no matter what.
Yeah.
And I like how the doctor's like, it's the you part that comes back, but not the
The human part doesn't
yeah.
come back, yeah. The human part, the you part doesn't come back.
Which is very interesting. And then he whispers to Rick that everyone's infected, and Rick's face is like, oh shit. That comes back, but not the
The human part doesn't
yeah.
come back, yeah.
What a show. The characters are very interesting too. Like, you would think that. Well,
I wouldn't care about the character in the world like that, but
what's the name? The woman who was going to stay back, but Dale's like, nah, I'm staying then. Just like, no, can't do that.
What, Andrea?
Yeah, Andrea, you would think she would give up completely because her sister dies.
Yeah.
She does give up.
Yeah, it's only because Dale stayed that she left. Oh,
And she
would
gets
just,
fucking pissed.
yeah.
He's like, I saved your life. Like, no, Dale, you didn't save my life. I saved your life. That was a pretty dick move that he did, to be honest with you. If she wanted to die, let her die, The only reason she was ready, that was her decision. The only reason she left was because Dale was forcing her into it, Forcing her hand.
Yeah, well, he didn't want to see her give up on life.
You're like, you don't get to do that.
Yeah.
Guess what? Yes, I do.
He does that because he cares for her.
Yeah, but it's pretty short-sighted if you think about it.
Well, they all want a choice to die the way they want to die, or live the way they want. Not what the doctor wants.
It's like, I want to live. I want to live. The way they like that, while they're talking about it, Daryl can still be seen in the background, just fucking axing the door.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Open the goddamn door.
He's like, I don't care about all this emotional shit. Just let me out the fucking building. Let me live.
I'll be back in 1 minute, sorry.
Yep. So, 1 year on YouTube with 69 subscribers.
Nice, perfect. Don't get any more.
Just the perfect number, 69. But yeah, what I've done today is watch 4.5 episodes of The Walking Dead.
Yeah,
And I always
they're like hour long too.
the first
Almost an hour.
episode's an hour, and then season 2's episodes an hour in the first episode. But mostly 45 minutes. The season 1 only has 6 episodes.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, there's only 6, so I guess they were seeing what would happen.
Right.
See
if it got popular and then it blew up.
And it
Give
blew
them
up, and
most
they're
watched
like,
TV show like ever.
alright, renew it for season 2.
Yeah.
And then, is it 12 episodes of season 2? I'm not sure. But I know there's a lot more.
Well, how it came out was it came out in parts. Like, they would have the first half of a season come out in October, and then the next half of the season would come out in like March or something like that.
Yeah, it's either 16 episodes and 8 get put on, and then it has a break, and then they bring it back for the last 8 episodes.
They play half of a season in October, and then the other half of the season in like January or something like that.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many episodes are in season 2? 12 or 16?
13 in season 2.
Yeah, then after that it's 16 every season. Unless it's the last season, which is like 24 episodes, I think. It's split into 3. There was a time where I stopped watching it for a bit, and then I was like, it's ended, I'm going back to it.
I stopped watching it basically after or during like the prison arc, I guess.
Oh, season 3. Oh, 3 and 4 are in the prison.
Yeah.
Considering how long it went on for, how many episodes there are, you'd have to stay committed to watch that fucking show every year, wouldn't you? It's not like Game of Thrones where there's 10 episodes and each one's an hour long.
Yeah.
The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is like, fucking 13 to 16 episodes, right, and they're all nearly an hour long, so.
45 minutes, I say. So, yeah, about an hour.
Nearly an hour, yeah.
Well, on TV with ads, so yeah, be an hour.
Yeah, you have to stay committed to watch it.
I was committed for a lot of years. And then I stopped watching at one point, and then I was like, it's coming to the end, I might as well watch it. But yeah, it's just, I think the last season does drag on a bit. It used to be, what channel was it on when it was on TV?
AMC.
What? Or AMC?
It was
over here.
I don't know what. I think it was Channel 5. I can't remember. In the US, though, it's always been AMC.
Yeah. And then over here, it went to Disney Plus every week.
That's been like their flag. It was their AMC's flagship show for like 12 years.
Yeah, basically.
Well, yeah. Season 1 with 6 episodes. They're like, let's see if it does well or not.
It did well. Then they bumped it up.
Yeah. But like all shows, it drags on too much.
Yeah, it got dragging in the end.
Except for Game of Thrones, but let's not talk about that. It's funny when Rick goes into Atlanta, and the poor horse gets ate. That's sad on the horse.
Fire. Yeah, I love how it shows that they napalm. In season 2, it shows they napalmed Atlanta. But when Rick rides into Atlanta, there's no signs of any destruction at all.
No, he sees an helicopter in the yeah. I love when he meets Glenn though. He's like, "Hey, dumbass, in the tank."
Yeah. You know, it's a big plot hole that's never explained. How the hell did Glenn know what onboard radio? The radio he had.
Yeah,
How did
there's a
Glenn
lot
know
of
what
things
frequency?
that you forget. There's a lot of things that you always forget, like the zombies climbing over the gates. That stops happening.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, the show did get so bad. Later on seasons it did, but I like the first four, and I like the Negan one.
What was I going to say? Yeah, what's funny? You want to know something else that's hilarious?
What?
The tank in season 1 uses
Yeah.
an onboard season radio, but Glenn inexplicably manages to call it with a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
There is
After Rick
absolutely
shoots a fucking gun into the soldier zombie, it damages ears.
you know. They even say later, what is it like? Shane says in later in season 1, CBs and walkie-talkies don't use the same bandwidth frequencies. So there's no way Glenn would have been able to contact Rick inside that tank.
Yeah. And how did he, see Rick get in the tank?
Well, he wanted to build him, wasn't
Yeah. But you see one of the zombies trying to climb the ladder. But one of them starts climbing up the ladder.
Yeah. The tank as well that Rick gets into?
Yeah.
Not even an Abrams tank, it's a Chieftain. It's British.
Does the tank normally have, a way to get out from the bottom?
Yeah, there's emergency. Yeah, tanks do have emergency escape hatches in the bottom.
Well, how lucky is Rick that was open?
Yeah, it was obviously someone used it to get out in the past, because there's a zombie inside the tank, which means something bad happened to the tank. There's a dead guy outside the tank and a zombie inside the tank. So something bad obviously befell the tank crew. So, Rick was able to get through that hatch that someone had left open. I think this guy on enemy team is cheating.
Yeah, probably.
Sorry.
What game are you playing? Battlefield. But yeah, do you see the walkers with bricks in their hands, smashing windows and stuff? And you're like, that gets forget about later on. And there's one thing when they're all under the cars in season 2, and in season 1 they're like, the walkers can smell humans. They forget about
Yeah.
that.
Well, no, they still wear their guts that lets them hide from the zombies throughout the show.
No, but in season 2 when they're all under the car, and they're like, oh, they can smell people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that part.
But I miss this show being really good. The graphic novels were really good. I read them all.
Yeah, the comics. It doesn't. Anyway, about the tank, it doesn't matter what the outside looks like and all that, and what's in the radio on board. You know why? Because like the inside of the tank, it's a set anyway.
Oh yeah.
Inside, like it's done with like a set. You know, the inside of inside of a chieftain tank does not, or an Abrams tank does not look like that. Too much space to move around in. Like he's on some kind of like little hidey hole.
Yeah, he's about to shoot himself until he sees the hatch open.
They have emergency hatches, but I mean, like the inside of the tanks, do not look like that. They're not that big in
There's
space.
not much room in tanks, is there?
There's not much room in tanks. Is like we need this where all the. Do you notice when he's in there? There's no fucking seats, is there?
No, there's hardly anything in there.
Where's the tank gonna seat? Where's the driver's seat? It's just like one big little empty room made of metal.
Yeah, it's stupid. But they have to film it somehow.
Yeah, having Rick climb up into the bottom of the hatch and being forced to sit in a seat, a little passenger seat for 20 minutes or whatever, 10 minutes.
Hey,
Like, hey, damn it.
dumbass.
Are you in the tank? You notice that Glenn sounds very different at the end of that first episode than when he sees him in the second episode.
Yeah.
That's one thing that always bugs me. The voice, it doesn't sound like the same actor.
Yeah, you remember in the game, the Telltale game? Like,
Yeah, he was in the Telltale
Glenn's
game.
in that, isn't there? Before he meets everyone.
Very briefly, yeah. Yeah, you in the tank, he goes in. But yeah, that Telltale game isn't canon with the show, it's canon with the comics.
Yeah, well, it's
People
the art
all got the
style.
Telltale game. People all got the Telltale game, like, oh yeah, they were confused by the weird art style, and they're like, oh, wondering why, Glenn looked a bit different. It was like, it's not, and why Herschel looks different, you know.
Yeah, well, the farm's different when you meet Herschel in the game.
Yeah, it's like then you got like the game isn't canon to the show; it's canon to the comics. It's like it's set in the comic version of the universe, not the TV show. That's why That's why the art style looks very, very comic-like.
Yeah,
I'll be back.
like that first season of the game is great.
Yeah, I mean, I've only played the first 2 seasons.
Oh, is it 4?
There's 4 seasons, yeah. Each chronicling a different period of Clementine's life.
Yeah.
1 second.
All right.
Okay. Need to go let the bin in. I'll be back in a few minutes.
All right. He's gonna be back in a few minutes. So, yep. my journey started again with this show. I'll stop before it gets. I can't remember what season I'm gonna stop at. But I'm not gonna watch the last season again. Season 10 again because I'm not interested in it. That's when it goes downhill. There's so many episodes. But when Fear the Walking Dead started, like, we're gonna explore the beginning of the thing. And it just turns into another Walking Dead show. Just deads everywhere, and it's just like, oh, this is bad. The characters weren't even interested. First season was alright, but then it got daft. Yep, so there's gonna be spin-offs on Walking Dead. One set in New York, and the double one set in France, I think, where the virus started. Which you find out a bit in Beyond the Walking Dead, I think it's called.
No, I'm back.
Hey, you're back. He's back again.
Guess who's back? Back.
Back again.
And so am I.
You're back.
I'm back. I'm really, really back.
What I do love, you know, when Rick meets the group in the department store, and she puts a gun on his head. And then he's like, next time, take the safety off.
Yeah, he got scared at all because the safety's on and she doesn't even know it. But that tells him that no one's like trusts her with a gun. Because everyone, like, that just proves, you know, we see throughout the first 2 seasons that no one trusts her with a gun because it's made plainly obvious that she has no idea how to use one.
She doesn't even know how to make a gun.
She doesn't even know how to put it back together.
Oh, not everybody could be Forrest Gump.
Well, no, I mean, like, you know, it's not difficult to figure out how to put a gun back together. Especially, she's trying to put back together a Glock when the zombies are walking past the caravan. You know, like, and which is what a Glock is one of the most basic guns. It's used by literally every fucking law enforcement agency across the world. And she's there trying to figure out which goes in the first, the spring or the barrel.
That's what really gets her killed.
Granted, not everyone could know everything about guns and how to put them together. But, you know, you're going to figure out pretty quick if you got time on your hands and you just sat there, you know, which one goes where and all that.
Yeah.
And it's just the fact she has no, she don't even know the safety's on. She don't even know, you know, what's going on.
Yeah, safety's on and she's like, oh. And then when her sister dies, she pulls it on Rick. She's like, safety's not on this time.
Not safety.
And Rick's like, oh shit.
Okay, I understand. Understandable. Have a nice day.
Like, shit. Let's talk about Shane. one of the best characters in The Walking Dead.
By far.
He's the
Everybody
guy
loves
who
Shane.
first understands about the
You
world.
understand? Yeah, exactly like when the walkers come out of the barn. He's there, like, could a human being walk away from this? Bang, bang. It's like, that's in its lungs. How is it still coming? Bang, that's its heart. Why is it still coming? They're not sick. They're not alive. They're dead. Trying to get it through to Herschel. Like, Shane, that's enough. Oh, you're right, man. That is enough. Bang.
Yeah, that's where Rick's probably like lost control of the situation.
Yeah, Shane. Everyone's like, Shane wasn't the bad guy. He just adapted to the situation quicker.
That's
However,
the
it was
difference between him and Rick.
Maury did send him a bit mad, though.
Yeah, but then and then she treats him like a dickhead.
She starts, treating him like a piece of shit.
And he feels like it after that. But I like he's the one who asked the question to the scientist, and Rick's just like, well, let's not talk to him like that. He's like, no, we want to know what's going on. Where is everyone?
Major buzzkill, man.
I don't think it is, though. I think it's the correct
Wait,
thing to
major-
do. Huh?
Yeah, I like Shane.
Oh, fucking hell.
And
Yeah.
did you ever talk about Shane when you met John Bernthal?
No.
Or was it just Punisher?
I was wearing a New York cap, like police cap. Well, just a hat that says NYPD. He went, I like your hat. He got up from where he sat and came round to me.
Well, I mean, I expect he would have done that because, he's not a tool, is he?
No. He's actually a really nice guy. But that funny how Drago sat there staring at me.
Ivan Drago, you're not even paying attention.
I'm paying attention to the person that I've met. I met Tony Soprano's dad.
But you didn't talk about was the NYPD hat important anyway?
They just said I like your hat. That's what it said.
Oh right.
Obviously, I was just wearing a hat to keep my head warm. But I like your hat.
You didn't talk about Shane then?
I got an autograph for the Punisher in my room that I have right now.
Yeah. I like your hat.
But,
That voice just it reminded me of Arthur from Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, it's funny. Like some guy, I got literally a few days ago. I watched a video. Some guy who's playing Red Dead Online. He made his character look exactly like Arthur, and he was doing the voice. He was mimicking the voice perfectly. And the kid that he was talking to was not reacting to the voice at all. And everyone in the comments was like, "Yeah, he's not played the story mode." Yeah, they're like, everything he said, the kid was just giving him straight answers, like, so you want to go to town with me? It's like, I can be your friend, how you doing, boy? I'm pretty good, yeah, not bad. No, you want to ride to town with me? Like, yeah, we'll get my horse, we'll go. Get on my horse, it's faster. I was like, yeah, no, I'm alright. And people was like, he's not played the story because he has no idea how Arthur sounds. You would react, wouldn't you?
Maybe
So
If
one
you
of
played the
them.
game,
Well, I mean, like, you know, if it was me, I mean, if it was anyone else who's played the actual story and some guy who sounded exactly like Arthur came along and started talking, you know, you'd be like, oh shit, you sound like Arthur. But like, you know, the kid was just not reacting, just, you know, acting like a normal, you know, just like a kid, you know, like talking about their best kills, like where they're going, like, you know, how often, you know, just stuff. But the kid was, and everyone in the comments was like, the kid doesn't even realize because he's probably never played the story. It's just, you know, kids aren't going to play the story. How many kids who play GTA Online do you think actually play the story mode? How many kids that play?
not
All
many.
of them.
How many kids that play Call of Duty multiplayer actually play the fucking story mode?
Probably none of them.
Not many, yeah. How many kids that play Warzone and played the story modes? Probably none of them.
Right.
Well, not many. But anyway, we're going off topic now. Yeah, I just thought that was funny. Was not reacting. But yeah, John Bernthal. He's a good actor. He was pretty much the only reason I got. Well, and not the only reason, but like, you know, the biggest reason that I got Ghost Recon Breakpoint when it came out, because he was the villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, The Walking
And
Dead was his big, like, thing that made him put him on the map anyway.
You look at him now compared to how he was back then. His age has not been kind to him. He looked a lot younger, a lot more, you know, cleaner.
How old was he when he started The Walking Dead?
I don't know.
Probably like 20 years younger than he is now.
I don't think
He's
he
only
was
12 years.
right there.
He would have 12 years ago, September. He would have been 34.
Now he's 50.
Yeah.
He's 46 years old now. So he would have been around
looks
about.
like it.
He would have been about 34, 35 back then.
Yeah, that's the thing that made him big, The Walking Dead.
He was in World Trade Center though, the 2006 movie with Nick Cage.
Yeah, he's...
You know, firefighter. He was also in the second Night at the Museum movie. He played Al Capone.
Oh,
even though
didn't know that.
Well, the character's in black and white. He's supposed to be a cutout come to life. Even though John Bernthal looks nothing like Al Capone.
No, it doesn't.
Al Capone was a short, you know, not muscular dude. You know, he wasn't an attractive, angular, you know, chiseled jawed, muscular dude. He was just short. You know, he was a short dude with like a round head.
Is it the accountant?
He plays Braxton.
Brother.
That was a good movie, that.
Well, is it directed by Ben Affleck?
What, The Accountant?
Yeah.
No. Gavin O'Connor directed it. I only know Gavin O'Connor directed it because Gavin O'Connor also directed The Way Back, which also had Ben Affleck in.
The Way Back.
Not The Way Back, not the 2010 movie, which is based on a true story. The Way Back is in, like, you know, it's a 2020 movie. But Gavin O'Connor produced Brothers.
I don't think I've watched it.
Well, I don't know if The Way Back's any good, but The Accountant's good.
The Accountant's a really good film.
If you watch a really good movie that's not what I was just talking about, the other film, the other Way Back I was talking about, that's a 2010 film. True story about Polish prisoners. Well, not just Polish prisoners, but prisoners in a Soviet labor camp who escape and begin like the 3,000-mile journey to freedom. They walk. I think it was 3,000. I can't remember. It was something over 1,000. They walked the entire way across the Himalayas, the Mongolian desert, all that shit to freedom. Several of them died, obviously. It's a great movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, The Account was a good movie. What else was have you not seen The Devil's Backbone, have you?
no.
Now, if you like horror movies, that's a movie you need to see.
Oh, I was watching Blade 2, and Norman Reedus is in it.
Oh yeah, Norman Reedus is in it. You
I
weren't
didn't
expecting
realise
that, were you?
until I watched that. Like, that's Norman
He's a
Reedus.
traitor. It's a thrall or whatever they call it. He's a bad guy.
He's so
Yeah.
young in Blade 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I remember, like I forgot to mention he was in it, but like yeah, I realised like oh he's gonna see Norman Reedus and Norman Reedus is in it.
I was like, holy
gets
shit,
blown.
that's Norman Reedus.
Yeah, it's funny how no one, recognizes him until after The Walking Dead. And then he became famous, basically.
He's also in.
Household name.
He was in the Boondock Saints as well.
I've never seen that.
All right. That was a question I had when I think we were in school, and I made a quiz. And I don't know if you remember, it was like, so what was Norman Reedus in before he was in The Walking Dead? And it was the Boondock Saints. He's been with Diane Kruger since 2016.
Don't know who that is.
You ever seen Inglourious Basterds? You ever seen
Nope.
Inglourious Basterds?
Yeah.
She's the one that gets strangled by Christoph Waltz.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Reese will know more about that. The actress, the woman who gets strangled by the colonel.
Adam, you need to watch it. It's a great film.
Yeah.
She was also in what's it called? Oh yeah, she was in Unknown, which is that movie with Liam Neeson.
Which was that again?
The one where it's like Taken, but not exactly. Like he's in an accident and he wakes up and finds that someone's replaced him in his life. He's a scientist in Berlin for a summit, and he's in an accident on the way back to the airport to get his case.
Oh, I've seen it.
Yeah, he wakes up and finds out that someone's replaced him and everything in his life, And Diane Kruger plays the taxi driver woman that he befriends. Norman Reedus was also in Mimic. The Del Toro's first English language movie.
Is there two films called Mimic? Because I've seen one. I don't think it was that good.
What was the film that you saw? What happened in it?
Giant, bugs.
Cockroaches.
I can't exactly remember.
Giant bugs, yeah, they mimic people. They're like claws or whatever. Look like people's faces or something like that, and they eat people.
I've seen that. I don't think I liked it.
That was Del Toro's first journey into Hollywood directing. It's telling that all his best movies aren't Hollywood movies.
It's crazy how he's only won one award, and that was for The Shape of Water.
It's like every movie that he's done that isn't Hollywood. Like he's done what was it? Hellboy 1 and 2, they were Hollywood, but they were good movies. He did Blade 2. Blade 2 he was really good with.
Yeah, Blade 2 is fucking awesome.
Well, it's like he released Mimic in 1998 in the West, and it wasn't very well received. Obviously, everyone's like, "Oh, this guy don't know what he's doing. He's just some jumped up Mexican director, and then he only goes and releases the Devil's fucking Backbone.
Yeah, he's
Which
good when he can do what he wants.
Which scares the pants off people. And then a year later, he's immediately hired to direct Blade 2.
Blade 2's up there with Blade 1.
Blade 2 is Wesley Snipes' favourite.
But yeah, you can see that he's enjoying the role a lot more than the second one.
He hates the third one, though.
I don't mind the third one. It's not the best, it's not the greatest one, but it's okay.
Snipes, he only did the third movie because he was contractually obliged to do a third movie.
Well,
yeah.
Blade 2 probably did well too. So.
Hang on a sec.
Did we do the console tier list?
You guys,
I need to go. I'm going.
Do you want to join us and do it, Adam?
no, not really.
You don't want to rank the consoles?
No, not right now. Maybe another time. I'm getting hungry. I might hop off here in a minute.
Well, I'm going for my dinner as well, but we can do it when I get back if you want, Reed.
I mean, if you want.
I won't be that long. I'm going to have noodles. I'll be back short.
Noodles.
Just talk to yourself or something.
I'm still here for right now.
Yeah.
That's in a bit.
Yeah. So, what have you been up to? What have you played, Adam?
Right now, I'm playing Jurassic Park Evolution, whatever. Jurassic World Evolution.
Oh, the Park Builder game.
Yeah! On Game Pass. Earlier today, I was breaking up concrete, though. It was pretty hot out.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Sounds like a good day.
Yeah.
So far. What are you gonna have for tea?
I don't know yet. I gotta make something.
Alright. I've just been watching a lot of Walking Dead, that's it.
Yeah. You like it, I guess? I thought you've already seen all of it, or you just rewatching it?
Rewatching it. Like, I actually forgot things that happened in season 1 and 2. I've not watched them in so long.
Yeah.
I always pick up on new things and I'm like, oh wow, how did I forget about this?
Alright.
It's a shame the show got really bad.
Yeah, I mean, shows usually get stale after a while.
Yeah, this doesn't help that they changed a lot from the comics. But a lot of different things happen in the show than in the comics. Which kind of ruins it a bit. Like, the governor is more evil in the comics. He chopped Rick's hand off. Of course the show won't do that. It'd be a pain in the ass.
Who chops his hand off?
The governor.
Oh, yeah.
The governor's more fucking evil. He kills a baby, for God's sake.
Oh, goddamn.
Of course they're not going to do that in the show because it's a baby and no one wants to see that.
Yeah, right. You can't have that on TV.
No. Just a lot of crazy stuff that happens in the comics. But they're gonna do a lot of spin-offs now. Of course they are. There's one that's set in New York. That one goes to France.
Oh yeah.
There's gonna be a Rick and Michonne show for 6 episodes. Just didn't kill Rick off.
Right. Yeah, they're talking about that. They were supposed to happen a while ago.
Yeah, they're talking about it, like years ago when he went out the show. Like
Yeah.
at first they said he's getting movies, and then they've made it into a 6-part show. After all those years. I'm probably gonna go watch Fast and Furious. Well, Fast X. On Saturday on Sunday. I need to check my time United
yeah,
for
they made a
actually.
fucking shit ton of those movies too.
Yeah, apparently it's a 3-parter. It's not the last one, it's 3 parts.
That's funny.
There is a spoiler that got leaked that I saw.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Rock comes back at the end. The Rock's in it at the very end.
Nice.
They brought him back when he said he would never come back. He's like,
He's got a lawsuit against him for
yeah,
kidnapping.
kidnapping.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Kidnapped apparently some wrestler girl. Him, his partner, and a bunch. I guess the whole thing. I guess they whatever made her leave her house or sell her house or something like that, and they fucking forced her to live somewhere or in a hotel or some shit. I don't know. It's really weird. You got to read about it.
Sounds
She
mental.
sued him for like fucking like $3 billion or some shit like that.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty
Speaking
crazy.
of that, have you heard about how much the next GTA costs to make?
Nah, how much are
$2
they spending?
billion apparently.
$2 billion to make GTA 6.
Yeah.
You better be good. Not a piece of crap.
Well, they've had how many years?
Yeah.
10, 11? Like that. They'll make the money back because people still play GTA 5 and spend money like it's
Right.
nothing. I'm also worried about. Do you know in the original Crash game? The voice actor apparently he died the other day.
Yeah, for Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah, he does Crash and he does the bad guy, can't remember what it's called.
Dr. Cortex or something like that.
Yeah, the guy who voiced him in the original died.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, sad. It's only 60.
Yeah, not that old.
Yeah, not that old in this day and age. Is there any other games that you're excited about this year?
Any games I'm excited for? No, not really.
You've got the game you wanted. Dead Island 2.
Yeah.
Oh, you enjoyed that game?
Yep. It's fun. I'm probably going to play it later.
Do you play it on your own or with your brother?
I usually play it with Casey, but I don't think he's here right now. Trying to get these Microsoft points or whatever, Game Pass points.
Yeah.
Because that's how I've been getting Xbox Game Pass for free every month. Or this past month, and I just need a couple more 1,000 points, and then I get it again free next month. Pretty easy. Just do the quests or challenges that come up every day, week, and or whatever, daily and weeklies. Trying to get these stupid shit on Microsoft Edge on my computer.
Microsoft Edge.
Yeah, the web browser, Microsoft Edge.
Yeah. That's what you have to use.
Yeah. Right, because it's Microsoft, so you use that, and it give you a bunch of shit to do, like clicking these links to look up National Inventors Month, some other crap, some quizzes, and a daily, daily poll. Yeah, I'll give you points and stuff like that. So it's 12,000 points to get Microsoft or to get Game Pass Ultimate or whatever. I got 4,000 right now.
Do I have a share the screen, Jake?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Let me pause that a minute. Share my screen. Did you see that?
Yeah.
So, where would you put the Dreamcast? I don't think I've ever played it.
S tier. Everything's S tier.
I never played it, didn't play.
Yeah, I didn't play it.
Dreamcast is awesome. There's probably a bunch of consoles on there you guys never played.
I never played the Dreamcast.
Yeah, Dreamcast was great.
When did that come out? 80s or something?
No, in 2000, I think.
2000. I was too young.
Maybe
played
in the late 90s.
I played the GameCube. That was really good.
Yeah.
I love how you could put like a little disc. We have a disc and you could get like a cartridge that you could put in it and play old games. I played Luigi's Mansion on it and didn't save it once and then died.
Yeah.
I played the Sega Saturn.
What, Jake?
I played the Sega Saturn.
Yeah, I didn't play much of that.
Right, have you ever played the GameCube, Jake?
Yeah, I put the GameCube in good.
Yeah, I agree.
If anything good that was on the GameCube, it was usually on the PS2, so...
It had the best Mario Kart on that console.
Yeah, the best games on the GameCube were the exclusives, as usual. Whenever Nintendo
Nintendo.
ports something, it's usually been downgraded in some way. Well, that was only true when it got to the Wii stage, I think, because when it was at the GameCube was usually on like the just a bit better than the PS2, but not as good as the Xbox, obviously. In terms of hardware fidelity and all that shit. But if there was anything good if there was anything on the GameCube that was good that wasn't an exclusive, it was on the PS2 as well.
So that sounds like Nintendo.
Yeah.
What about the N64?
Good. I put it in good because it is an iconic console, but that single joystick is just a pain in the ass. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a weird control. Controller.
Adam?
What?
What do you think about the N64 controller?
I mean, it was crazy, but grew up with it, so it was fine.
Yeah, it's like basically, I put it in good because it has some of the most iconic games ever.
Yeah.
You've got
They had the best games.
I mean, you had Super Mario 64, obviously, and then you had GoldenEye. If you remember, we went from Doom in the early 90s to GoldenEye in the mid 90s. That was a major leap, and it was on a Nintendo console.
Yeah,
But then,
Nintendo.
but then the PS1 came out, and it was more accessible. It had better joystick. When the PS1 added joysticks, that was basically it for the N64.
Yeah.
Like, the PS1 originally didn't have joysticks, as you can see in that picture right there. But once they did, once they added the joysticks, it was all over. It was
We're gonna put the Nintendo.
Nintendo? Well, I put it and didn't play it. I mean, I've played some of the games for it, but I've never actually played the Nintendo.
Have you played it, Adam?
What? Well, I played
The
all
Nintendo.
the Nintendos. Yeah, Nintendo was great. Mostly
Where
played Super Nintendo, but
where would you put it on this tier list?
I mean, it's got to be the greatest consoles, right? Because without the Nintendo, nothing else would exist.
Oh, in fairness, yeah, we'll put it in greatest consoles because it had to be successful for it to get anywhere.
Right, here we go.
You already know.
PS1.
You already
That
know
is the greatest
I'm
console.
also on the greatest.
You can put PS2 up there right next to it as well. PS3.
Is it better than the PS1?
No. Well, maybe. I mean, the backwards compatible PS2s would be better, but not all of them were made with backwards capabilities.
I just leave it where it is because while the PS1 started it, we'll give it the benefit of the doubt for being the oldest one. But having iconic games. The PS2 had the more iconic games, I think.
The PS3, I think it's okay.
Put it in. I put it in. Yeah,
I like the PS3. I got one right now. It's plugged in.
Put it in good, I would say.
Yeah.
Some of the games for the PS3 were good. They were very, very good. But ultimately, it wasn't. You had to have that. You had to. I don't know what it was. It was like it had HDMI functionalities, right? But the HDMI was the TVs that it was would have often been connected to in the mid 2000s just weren't up to the task of supporting HD.
The good thing about PS3, it had a Blu-ray player.
Yeah, which the Xbox 360 lacked. And some of the exclusives for the PS3 were good. Like Resistance was good. Uncharted. I mean, Uncharted, The Last of Us, Ratchet and Clank. What is it else? What else have we got on there?
PS4, that's better than the PS3. Would it be the greatest consoles?
Yeah, put it in the greatest consoles.
Yeah, we all like PS4. But years on that console.
Well, they're all going to be in the greatest or good, except for was it the Wii U and the Sega Saturn, probably.
we're not got to them ones yet.
Yeah, I'm just looking at them like all of them are going to be up there at the top two lists. And
PS5.
PS5.
that's great.
I mean, I'll put it in.
It's not the greatest because it's fucking half the games take up half the memory.
Put it in good. Yeah.
God, is it better than the PS3?
Yeah, I would say it is. The thing is with PS5 is that it's you can play both PS4 games and PS5, so it diminishes the need for a PS4. The only reason I keep my PS4 now is because it has a Blu-ray player on it.
Yeah.
Plays DVDs. But the PS5 has a lot of the features. It lacks a lot of the features that made the PS3 and the PS4 so good. Like, what the hell is up with not having a custom background? You know, why can't you?
You can't even get on the internet on the PlayStation 5. You can do that on the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
You can get an internet browser. They don't have that on PlayStation 5.
It's like, I've got my PlayStation 5 on right now. Let me have a look at the all apps. See if there's anything. You've got YouTube, right? You've got all these apps.
No, why are you doing that? Where should we put the Sega Genesis?
I think that's Adam's field.
Sega Genesis was good.
I'm so okay.
I mean, my friend had Sega Genesis. We had the Super Nintendo, but yeah, we played a lot of it, and it was fun. Great
put
game.
It in okay, I think.
No, it's better than that.
I'll put it okay. Well, you know what? I've never played it.
Well,
Super Nintendo.
I'd say. Would you say compared to the Nintendo,
it was the greatest? I'd rather have a Super Nintendo than
what?
I'd put it in the greatest. Super Nintendo is way better.
Is it better than Nintendo?
Yeah, way better than Nintendo. I'd rather have a Super Nintendo than Nintendo.
Now we come to the Switch.
The Switch is
downgrade.
Switch is okay. I wouldn't say
it's good.
Yeah, I like it.
You're going to be massively biased towards the Switch because
I wouldn't say it's a downgrade. I'd say it's at least okay.
Wait, you've got a DS and the fucking console at the same time. What's wrong with that?
We'll put it in okay then.
I mean, it's portable. You could play that shit anywhere. Yeah.
So long as you don't put it ahead of any of the others.
It's not the Wii U. Where are we putting this?
Put that in fucking downgrade. I don't even care what you say. Downgrade right now.
I never played the Wii U.
The Wii U's not that good.
The Wii was great.
The Wii's better. The Wii's greatest console.
Wii's straight up in greatest console. I put it ahead of the. Well, no, not really anything. Don't put it ahead of anything. Just because of accessibility.
Put it ahead of PlayStation 2.
They've got the best game, Wii Sports.
Yeah.
That's all you do.
Yeah, Wii Sports was great. What did I played a lot of what was it basketball, Call of Duty, and was it, Mario Kart.
Mario Galaxy, I played on that.
Yeah, Mario Galaxy was great. Zelda.
Oh yeah.
Twilight Princess.
Oh, Twilight Princess, what a game. Oh, I loved it.
Ghost Squad. That was an arcade shooter that I played.
Jake, Xbox 360, greatest console.
I put that in okay because they kept like a million of them died.
That's only in the first one though.
Yeah, but it's still part of it. Still part of the Xbox's legacy.
I put it in good ahead of the Switch.
I'd put it.
I mean, I put it in good ahead of the PS3 and the Switch.
I think it'd only be good if it didn't break so much.
Yeah, but that's the console breaking. That's not the. Was the console
That is
good
the
when you played it?
console.
Was it good when you played it though?
It's one of the greatest consoles ever made. I mean, it defined gaming for so many years.
I'm gonna put Xbox One in downgrade.
Yeah, I would as well.
Why
What the
would you
hell
put
was
it
all
in
about?
downgrade? Xbox One was great.
But you
No,
don't put
it's nothing new,
ahead of the
man.
Wii U,
Nothing
though.
changed.
Put it ahead of the Wii U, though. It's better than the Wii U.
Play Xbox One all the time.
I've not played the Xbox Series X, so I can't say.
I've
Adam
not
has that.
played it
I have
either.
I have a Series S.
What do you
Same
think
thing with
about it?
That's good. It's fun. I'm playing
You're
it
gonna
right
put it
now.
in good or okay? Which one?
I mean, that's fun. It's just like, the next
I think
gen,
it
I
would be
guess.
okay. I don't think it's an improvement.
Yeah.
It hasn't had anything really going for it that's unique in the past, you know. You don't really hear anything of it. You hear a lot about PS5, you hear a lot about PC. You don't really hear anything about Xbox these days.
Yeah, I think they got beat by
You're not looking
PS.
at it because you don't have one.
They got beat
Or
by
No, I mean, like-
you have
PlayStation.
No, it's like what I mean is anything that you can get on Xbox now, you can get on PC as well, and that includes Halo now. So like,
Right.
it's kind of irrelevant now.
Alright, this is one of the greatest consoles. Xbox
Oh yeah,
Edition.
definitely. You can put
Where's it gonna go though?
you can straight up put that ahead of the PS4 and the Wii. Not the PS2 though. I draw the line there. Sega Saturn, never played it.
I've never
didn't
played
play it
This is
very much.
Adam's Field.
No, I didn't. Never really played it.
Alright. This is the tier list. This is what we
Hang on,
think.
wait, let me have a little. Let's say I've never played. Which was the one that I said I have played?
Sega CD.
Say, I don't know. Was it?
It was one of the Segas. I can't remember which one it was. I don't know if it was Sega Saturn. I think it might have been Sega Saturn. No, wait.
Was
think
it
it was
Sega Genesis?
It had a really weird controller. It wasn't the N64. It was a flat controller with a D-pad and 4 buttons on it. Which one was that?
Mm. Every game, every controller ever.
No, it was one. It was an older one. You know, it had Sonic on it, so it was definitely a Sega.
It's probably Sega CD or Sega Saturn or Sega Genesis.
Well, let me just Google the controller. Sega controllers.
Well, I'm gonna go get some food. I'll talk to you guys later.
See you later, Adam.
But yeah.
Oh, I think it was the Mega Drive. Yeah, looking at it, yeah, it's 6-button arcade pad. Yeah, it was probably the Mega Drive. Oh, that was yeah, Sega Genesis control. Yeah, the Genesis controller looks about right. That's that. Mega Drive and Genesis.
I think we've.
When it got to the Dreamcast, the controllers for Sega started out normal, and then they got weirder and weirder, and they got to Saturn, it was dead weird, and then it got to the Dreamcast, and it was super weird.
Well, that's gonna be the end of the podcast for today. Leave a like, subscribe, and whatever if you want to. And we'll see you next time.
Okay, bye bye.
Goodbye.